when it was needed. How would you describe what they were able to do during that stretch?
It's why I love team basketball. It's doing your part, not knowing when you're going to be called on. We've been talking about that, trying to normalize that with our group. And next thing you know, you called upon, our starters got off to a great start, and then we get 66 points from the bench. So pretty impressive. Guys ready to play and do their part.
What is it, though? Because we've seen this happen before when you have a lot of guys out. What have you seen that's just been the secret to maintaining that resiliency and that growth and just seeing them all come together?
Yeah, it's really just trying to stay in the now and having that one common goal of coming to the game. We had appropriate fear tonight versus this team and stay with our goal of winning the basketball game. And so, like I said, the starters got us off to a great start, so I thought our momentum was good, even going into halftime. And then the bench, it's just a great testament. And again, it really is who we want to be, the fiber of our team. We don't care who's playing, who we're playing against. We're just trying to win a basketball game every single time.
Coach, two quick ones for you. You guys had the 19-point lead, and then they came back and took a lead of their own. Just what happened there, and then how were you guys able to rally back and take control of the game?
Yeah, a big part of that is, we didn't make shots at that stretch. And so that combination, we started fouling a little bit. The game slowed down. They got to the free throw line. So bad combination for us, mixed in with a few offensive rebounds on their end. So, but kept our poise, continue to communicate. Again, another recipe of 41 threes tonight we shot. So that puts a lot of pressure on guys to get stops against us.
And second, Day'Ron just coming off the bench and felt like he really left his imprint on this game. What did you see from him that allowed him to play the way he did?
It's a great lesson for young guys in this league. Is you use your opportunity when it arrives, and he's been playing in Long Island, taking advantage of minutes there. And then when he gets a chance, he might play, has a sore back, then falls on his back, and then he plays some minutes. And then to have the resolve now, like, you don't know if you're going to get another chance again, another shot again. So I give him credit for doing what he needed to do in between, game days to be ready to play today. And some really good minutes from him. Good lesson for him.
I didn't mean to cut you off, Jacque. I got two for you. Tonight marked your 10th game without Kevin. Going in, it looked like the defense had kind of stayed pretty close, and obviously the offense dropped off a bit, which was expected. Just now that you have this sample size, I guess, what do you make of how you guys have handled life without him for these past 10 games?
Well, I think we've been able to somewhat form a recipe for how we want to play. I think you see the three ball, so that's part of who we are. And so being able to shoot 43s again, that seems like a pretty good clip for us. With Kevin, our pace, we're probably 14th in the league. Right now, we're probably 8th or 7th without him. So being able to play faster so that we can get shots up earlier in the shot clock. And then it's a collective unit on the opposite end of the floor. It won't look pretty all the time. We've used zone before. We've played small before. We've played big before. So on that end of the floor, we'll figure it out. We're hovering around top 10 in the league. If we can stay in there, in that realm, we'll be okay. But the fouling and the free throws and the rebounding piece, we need to take care of.
I was going to say, going off that, a couple games ago, you kind of played maybe 8 or 9 guys. Tonight, you kind of expanded the rotation. Just how much of that varies based on matchup and flow and whatnot? Because it seems like that's still the fluctuating variable. I came up with that off the top of my head with all this.
Yeah, I love variables.
Makes sense, yeah.
I love it. I really do want to normalize that with this group. And the reason is we're going to get into a playoff series, and the 9th guy really might be the 4th guy in the series. And so I want them to get comfortable with that it's not, I've been in this, I checked into the game at this time, every single time throughout the course of the year. I played these amount of minutes. No. Play hard in your minutes, and then when you're called upon, be ready. Now, that is not the typical NBA. And so tonight, we went with 11 in the first half to keep everyone ready. And a part of that is responding to the work that they do outside of it. So our Stay Ready group, rewarding Patty, Ed, Keith, those guys, then giving you some run. So really, at the end of the day, hopefully that becomes the fiber and the makeup of our team, where Kevin and Kai, their minutes they're going to get. The rest of the guys being ready to play.
And when we're going off that, you've talked about the rebounding. Day'Ron, every time he comes in, he always picks up a few. Just, is there anything more he can do to kind of get regular time, given the bonus he gives you guys there, or is it, as you kind of said, just still a revolving door with all that?
No, the consistency is going to, for young guys, that's going to be the challenge for him. So we want him to play those minutes as hard as he possibly can, which he has. Nick is going to get the minutes. Nick is playing too well for him. It's hard to keep him off the floor. And so, but if Day'Ron can be a reliable person to give Nick some minutes, that's great for this ball club. Even last game, we played both of them together. So, you know me, I'll experiment with that thing, Alex, and see what works.
Speaking of Nick, I think there was a play maybe in the first quarter where he had the give and go with Edmond and got to the rack. Just, we talk about scoring and the strides he's taking, blocking, rebounding, strides he's taking, but in terms of assisting and playmaking, what have you seen from him in that department?
Well, he's been able to do that. If you look back to his college years, he was, a DHO, dribble up the floor, rebound kind of guy, so he has the knack of doing it. The best part about what Nick is doing is nothing when you watch him seems forced. Whether it is he's faking a DHO, whether he's getting a rebound, when he's setting the screen, slipping to the rim, going one-on-one when a guy overplays one of our smalls, nothing is forced. So like the other night, he had, he ended up no shots, I think, at halftime, and then had 6 shots in the second half. So he's learning how to let the game come to him. He's going to have impact on both ends without forcing it.
Patty's been in and out of the rotation. Obviously, saw what he did on offense tonight, but he had that sequence in the third where he got, I think, Lonnie Walker in ISO, picked his pocket, and then he got a steal on the following possession. Yeah. Do you think that, him as a guy who's not known as a defender doing that says something for the rest of the team?
It's unbelievable. You take what this dude has done over his career, whether he has medals in his back pocket for what he's done for his country. He is the oldest dude on our team, and he works every single day and prepares himself like he is going to play. So you give him a lot of love for that. And imagine the position that he's been in. Like, he's had DNP CDs this year because of this dude right here. And I've challenged him to still be ready to play when he's called upon. He's gone multiple games without playing and still works on his game, because there's going to be a playoff game where Patty Mills is going to have an impact in the game, and he's mentally and physically ready to do that, just like tonight. Just happened to be a regular season game.
As you guys now get ready for Boston on Wednesday, I know you said that you're hopeful that Ben and TJ will be ready good to go. Will everybody travel, including Katie?
I don't think Katie is traveling. That was the last word I got from the group. And besides that, hopefully everyone else is ready to go.